Fourth question. A block of mass 10 kg is in contact against the inner wall of a hollow cylindrical drum of radius 1 meter. The coefficient of friction between the block and the inner wall of the cylinder is 0.1. The minimum angular velocity needed for the cylinder to keep the block stationary when the cylinder is vertical and rotating about its axis will be, take g as 10 meters per second square, 1 root 10 radians per second, 2 10 by 2 pi radians per second, 3 10 radians per second, 4 10 pi radians per second. Now let us quickly solve this. Let us take the cylinder. Now let us resolve the forces as given. mg is going to be the force due to the weight mg down, which is acting downwards, and the equal force, friction force, is now going to be in the upward direction F, and N is now going to be the normal, and the force which is now going to be acting opposite to that is mr omega square. Now the frictional force is given by F is equal to mu n. Also frictional force due to the weight is now given by mg, that is F is equal to mg. So therefore we can now equate both. So that would give you mu n is equal to mg. Now in the place of n we can put mr omega square. So mu into mr, sorry, small r, mr omega square is equal to mg. Let me put this also as a capital M. So we can cancel m and m. So from this we get omega to be equal to root over g by r mu. Now we can see that given r is equal to 1 meter and coefficient of friction is 0.1. Now we can substitute these values. So that would give you omega is equal to root of g is asking you to take g as 10. So by 1 into 0.1. So that gives you 10 radians per second. So you can see option 3 is correct. Fifth question. For a p-type semiconductor, which of the following statement is true? 1. Electrons are the majority carriers and trivalent atoms are the dopants. 2. Holes are the majority carriers and trivalent atoms are the dopants. 3. Holes are the majority carriers and pentavalent atoms are the dopants. 4. Electrons are the majority carriers and pentavalent atoms are the dopants. So from the options it is clear that the second one is correct, because holes are the majority carriers and trivalent atoms are the dopants for a p-type semiconductor. So 2 is the correct option. Sixth question. The total energy of an electron in an atom in an orbit is minus 3.4 electron volt. Its kinetic and potential energies are respectively 1. Minus 3.4 electron volts and minus 3.4 electron volts. 2. Minus 3.4 electron volts, comma, minus 6.8 electron volts. 3. 3.4 electron volts, comma, minus 6.8 electron volts. And 4. 3.4 electron volts, comma, 3.4 electron volts. Now let us quickly solve this. Now, according to the Bohr atom model, for an electron revolving around the nucleus, it is given that kinetic energy is to potential energy is to total energy is given by 1 is to minus 2 is to minus 1. And it is given that the total energy is minus 3.4 electron volts. Therefore, potential energy should be equal to 2 into 3.4 minus 3.4, that gives you minus 6.8 electron volts. And the kinetic energy is 3 plus 3.4 electron volts. So option we can see that option 3 is correct. 3.4 is now going to be the kinetic energy, and minus 6.8 is going to be the 6.8 electron volts is going to be the potential energy. So option 3 is correct. Seventh question. A copper rod of 88 centimeters and an aluminium rod of unknown length have their increase in length independent of increase in temperature. Length of the aluminium rod is alpha Cu is equal to 1.7 into 10 to the power of minus 5 per Kelvin, and alpha Al is equal to 2.2 into 10 to the power of minus 5 per Kelvin. Option 1, 6.8 centimeters, 2, 113.9 centimeters, 3, 88 centimeters, 4, 68 centimeters. Now let us quickly solve this. Now he says delta L is the same for both, is equal to the same for both the rods. So now we know L alpha is given, it is given that delta L is same for both the rods. We know that alpha is equal to delta L by L into delta T, or delta L1 is equal to alpha 1 L1 delta T, and we know that it is given that delta L1 is equal to delta L2. So this implies alpha 1 L1 is equal to alpha 2 L2. Now substituting the values for alpha 1 L1 and alpha 2. So it is given that alpha 1 is 1.7 in 10 to the power of minus 5, and alpha 2 is 2.2 in 10 to the power of minus 5, and alpha 1 is L1 is 88 centimeters. Now substituting the values, we get 1.7 into 10 to the power of minus 5 into 88 is equal to 2.2 into 10 to the power of minus 5 into L2. We need to find out L2. So 10 to the power of minus 5, 10 to the power of minus 5 gets cancelled. So after simplifying, we get that L2 is equal to 68 centimeters. Hence, option 4 is correct. Eighth question. A small hole of area of cross section 2 millimeters square is present near the bottom of a fully filled open tank of height 2 meters. Taking G is equal to 10 meters per second squared, the rate of flow of water through the open hole would be nearly 1. 12.6 in 10 to the power of minus 6 meters cube per second, 8.9 in 10 to the power of minus 6 meter cube per second, 3, 2.23 in 10 to the power of minus 6 meter cube per second, and 4, 6.4 in 10 to the power of minus 6 meter cube per second. Now let us quickly solve this. Now we know the rate of flow of water is given by A into V, which is equal to A into root of 2GH, where G stands for the acceleration due to gravity and H is the height. Now it is clear that the area of cross section is 2 millimeters squared and height is 2 meters, and he is asking you to take G to be 10 meters per second squared. So let us substitute these values. So that gives you 2 into 10 to the power of minus 6, since it is in millimeters, we are converting it to meters, into 2 into 10 into H is 2 again, or that gives you 2 2s are 4, you can take 1 2 outside, so that gives you 4. On simplifying this, we get it as 12.6 into 10 to the power of minus 6 meter cubed per second. Let us see which option is correct. 12.6 into 10 to the power of minus 6 meter cube per second. Option 1 is correct. When a block of mass M is suspended by a long wire of length L, the length of the wire becomes L plus L. The elastic potential energy stored in the extended wire is 1 mgl, 2 mg capital L, 3 mg, 3 half mg small l, 4 half mg into capital L. Now let us quickly solve this. Elastic potential energy is given by half into force into elongation. Which is equal to half into mg, force is mg, into elongation is L. So it is clear that option 3 is correct. Two particles A and B are moving in uniform circular motion in concentric circles of radii RA and RB with speeds VA and BB respectively. Their time period of rotation is the same. The ratio of angular speed of A to that of B will be. Now we know that T is equal to 2 pi by omega. But it is given that omega 1 is equal to omega 2. That is T1 is equal to T2. Therefore, T1 is to T2 is equal to 1 is to 1. So, option 4 is correct.